What's up, guys, girls? Rob here with you this evening, and want to kind of turn things around tonight. Tell you about the direction this channel is going to try to take in 2023. It's year five. 2019, we were just up and running. We just had no idea. 2020, probably the same way. 21, 22, I think we had more of kind of a way we wanted to do things. 23, year five. Um, it's gonna. I'm gonna probably take a little more time to figure out what I'm gonna do project to project. Um, if you're wondering what I mean by that, right now I'm doing the Edmonton Oilers 21-22 season last year. Um, I'm up to game like 75 right now, so I'm almost ready to start the playoffs. Um, I've got a ton of background work to do to get it ready, uh, especially if I'm going to do every team and the way they finish. That way we may end up getting a different matchups in the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for somewhat different matchups in the playoffs. Some of the same, I'm sure, is going to apply. And when I finish that, I've already been hit with Rob. What are you going to do next? JD McCoy, welcome to the channel. And Samoan Tank, what's new? Keith W. Long, underdo. Yeah, what's going on? What are you going to do, Rob, after you finish this project? And I think I'm going to take more time to figure out what I want to do. Okay. What have I done in the past? I did a red, white, and blue, a couple of seasons of red, white, and blue, as well as YRL. I did, 6 seasons of that. I did um, um, uh, the baseball with payoff pitch, the Phillies season. I did most of that. I think I did 120 games or something. It kind of faded, 130, whatever I did. I did the whole NG plus, what's up, Alex, Bob, 2018 Boston Red Sox replay. And that was a total burnout. So that threw a red flag for me right there. That baseball with 162 games is not football with 17 games. Then I did fast action football, fast drive football, not fast action, fast drive football with the 1982-83 Washington Redskins. Did that replay. That didn't take hardly any time at all. So now I've got to decide what I want to do next. And I may go in cahoots with somebody else and figure out if I may want to do a golf replay or something. I don't know. I look over at my games right now, and that's really the one that really sets out. It's like, okay, you haven't done really a golf season. If I do it, I probably would do fast action for 130, 140 golfers every week and play my guy maybe with 3 or 4 other guys and see if, just where he can finish. Then you got to figure out what golf game you want to play. I got Inside the Cup Golf, very enjoyable. I've got let's see, what other golf games? I've got 3 or 4 of them. History Maker Golf, and I've got a couple other golf games too as well. I've got about 4 golf games. So I've really got choices there if I do it. And then I also have choices as to who I coincide with if I want to do it with some other people. Now, I may just decide to do it as a solo project. Also, when I finish a project, I bet you guys have never noticed this, but I always do this. Um, I'll change that up. Never have told anybody I do that. But anytime I finish a project, see right now it's that. Now sometimes I keep the same color, sometimes I don't. Now I'll change it up right now. But every time I finish a project, I'll go from a bubble to like a classic, to minimal, and sometimes block. Never have told people that. That's always been kind of a thing I've always kind of hidden to people. And I change colors all the time, but I always change the font, the type of way it is there. Um, it's pretty wild, I guess, or something stupid, but I never have mentioned it. That's just something I do anytime I finish a project or one that I feel like I'm done enough with. I change that. I've always done that. Uh, I guess I could do soccer. I did some Manchester City stuff with Soccer Blast. In fact, I could do a wrestling season. You can pretty much do a season of wrestling if you wanted to. Um, kind of go a whole 12 months. 6, 8, 10 pay-per-views. Um, but there's a lot of options up here for me. And, you know, the one that makes the most sense for me is probably golf. I enjoy playing it, and I've got 4 or 5 options here. I've got more than just a couple of golf games, so I can play the one I want to play if I want to. It's all a matter of just picking the one out, doing it, and that's that's probably what I'll end up doing. But who knows? Who knows? It's just the one probably that makes the most sense right now because I've never actually pointed in the direction of golf and did it. Now, I've never done basketball either. I got Status Pro basketball here, but that would take a long time to do a whole replay of a season. That would take a long time. Even just if I just did one team, focused on one team, that would take a while. And a game that I have that I've never focused on, never played is second season football. And I guess I could do that. Um, I could do also, if I wanted to, I've thought about this, I could do the career of a boxer. Find one on Google search, and it's got 50 or 60 bouts under their belt, go all the way down and just see how they did. I don't know if we've had anybody do that. The actual career start from match one. You know, um, let's say Thomas Hearns, and you start from match one, the first fight they ever did pro, all the way through. I don't know. I don't know. Um, or Hagler, or Leonard, or Tyson. There's plenty of guys that you could do it with. There's a lot. There's a lot of choices. And I'm really, really right now just kind of trying to decide what direction I want to go in from here. Um, I'm still kind of up in the air. I'll probably, even after the Oilers, I've finished with the Oilers, I'm still probably going to be a little bit up in the air about what I want to do next. But I have some games I don't touch a lot. I just don't mess with a lot. That when I get them out, I feel like I don't want to play it once. I don't want to play it 3 times. I might want to play it 20 times. But is it a game that I'm willing to spend a whole long career type mode on? We'll see. It's something that I've got to get in the mood for, though. And that's why I never ask. Sadly, I don't get participation from the chat room on that, because it's got to be something I got my heart into. Because if I don't enjoy playing it and I play it, you guys aren't going to enjoy it. If I'm sitting here, 11. That was an 11. Okay. That's 3 shots. I just don't think it comes across the same way as if it's something. If Post 10 had an I Battled in Beavers game, would you play it? Post 10's pretty cool on YouTube. Post 10's pretty good. If you restarted Floyd Mayweather's career, do you think you would actually lose fights a second time around? Floyd Mayweather's card's good, but it's not the best card in glory days. And it kind of shows you that he has holes in his game. Which coaching candidates do you think would be the biggest surprise hiring? Wow. Obviously, if I think it means more about where they're going. I think there could be some hirings that we don't expect. I really do. A lot of people are even talking about the guy at USC. 1 year, been out there 1 year, maybe take some Rams job. And I just don't know. I just don't think so. I think he's got a vision in place for USC football. And USC, that's the last thing they can afford to do now is lose another coach. But I don't think they're going to lose him. We'll see what happens there. But I just don't think they can afford to lose him. Lincoln Riley. That's my opinion. I think you need Lincoln Riley there 5 years minimum. And if he wants to be there 10 years, wonderful. But we'll see what happens there. But you would hope he would stay. If you're a USC fan, UCLA fans are all saying, "Yeah, hit the road, hit the road." I guess the game that makes the most sense for me to play would be the 1998 Craftsman Truck Series, red, white, and blue. I actually graded those drivers myself with some help from with a couple of my friends here, and we graded them, and we came along, and we were like, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. And so I got to get them to PJet, and I'll have a set of drivers. I'll find out where they are at. But I go back and look at the Boston Red Sox replay I did. Wow. I mean, my God. Look at that. That tells you, 2018 Boston Red Sox replay. Yeah. And for a team that won 104 games, I mean, wow. 23 games into the season of 12 and 11. 12 and 11. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. I enjoyed that replay a lot. I really did. That was one that took a lot out of me, and it was because it was as soon as it happened. 2020 is when I replayed it. Right, I think my second year of existence here, and I still got all the paperwork. I still got all the paperwork right here, all 100 and I think 90, 188 or something like that. Results. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just hold on to stuff like that. That way I can go, if I ever want to look back at it, I guess I can say, Washington will hire Hackett as a coordinator. Yeah, they may. Yeah, I think they're talking to a couple of people. I would be careful hiring Hackett right now because his ego has got to be fractured big time. Nathaniel Hackett had quite the 2022 rather, and to get fired so abruptly, yeah, I would be very, very careful hiring him right now. He may know what he's talking about, but still, his ego's got to be really fractured right at this point. Kind of get back on point of what I was talking about just now. I have really, really, really just slowed my roll as far as playing games on the channel because I think sometimes when you play just to be playing, people can kind of see that, yeah, you're just throwing stuff on there. But when I do want to have a boxing match, and I tell a couple of my friends, hey, I'm going to do a boxing match tonight. And a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to watch baseball, or I'm going to watch Friends for a little bit. And then they look up, they check out YouTube on their TV and they say, well, Rob's still on for a while. Let's check that channel out. Let's see what he's got going on. You can find out real quick if I've got my heart into it or not. And I've made videos that I didn't have my heart into it. Sadly. Not lately. It's been back a long time. But I'm learning to not play stuff just to be playing it. I've got it in front of me. I need to play it? No, I've got it in front of me. I want to play it. That's the first two things. And then number three, it's got to be, I want to broadcast it. I don't always broadcast everything I play. I do not. I've always had that little bit of a kind of a aura to me, or I don't, it may even be an arrogance. I don't know, that I don't want to put it on here unless I think people will want to watch it. Not a first time, but if they watch it once and they're like, oh shit, did that really happen? Watch it a second time. That's kind of my feeling about it. That now obviously you can't make your results fly the way you want them to. But if it's a game real close and a lot of action to it, and the dice roll the way you want them to, I think you can have people that actually will come back and watch it the second time. Now, I may be stupid. I may be very, very ignorant in that statement. But I've done that with other people's channel. And be like, shit, did that just happen the way I thought it happened? It had to turn it back 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 8 minutes. Be like, okay, all right. Now let me set my drink down. Let me turn the volume up a little bit. Let me put my headset on. And let's just see if it really happened the way I just thought it happened. from now until the start of next year, how many more coaches will be fired? Not many more now. Uh, you don't want to. You're not going to fire anybody after draft unless something's happening. Uh, I would think probably nobody else gets axed now. Washington's coach should have. He didn't. Um, maybe the Jets coach should have. I don't know. I can't speak for him. I do know this much. From what I see of the Lions and this Dan Campbell guy, I like what I see. I think the Bears should draft either Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. I like Jalen Carter myself, but I really like Will Anderson too. They're really good. And now they're even saying, are the Bears going to try to trade Fields? Maybe to the Falcons. Maybe even, I've even heard New England's name mentioned. But I've heard the Falcons mentioned 4 or 5 times. And I guess Houston could step up, and so can New Orleans. And they trade him for picks. Now, do you do that, though? If you do that, then you got to use your number 1 pick for a quarterback. And as much as I have been all over the Bears for not really liking the quarterback, and I'm not a big fan of Fields, I don't think that's the way to go. If you don't have any more confidence in your draft pick than that, something's wrong. Now, if he's been hit too many times and you're thinking, oh, God, we got to get rid of him before he does get hurt, you do not think about getting the kid from Alabama. He's been on the rack twice. You do not want an injured quarterback or injury-prone quarterback. You have to get the kid from Ohio State then. And we know how Ohio State quarterbacks have done in the past. We'll see what happens. I personally don't think there's a quarterback out there right now that deserves first-round consideration even. That's my opinion. So, simply put, if the Washington Commanders have a 23rd pick in the first round and no quarterback has been drafted, will I take C.J. Stroud? No, I wouldn't. No, I would not. I would take a lineman, defensive or offensive, or a defensive back or linebacker. Fields is an Ohio State quarterback. Yeah, I know that. I know that too. But I still, before I would go, I wouldn't be going trading Fields to go get, especially the kid from Alabama. He's been on the rack a few times, hurt, laid up. Stroud, is he an improvement? Yeah, we saw him play well. Yes, we saw him play well. But was that just a one-time deal? You saw him play 13 times, and he played really well one game. The other 12 games, he really didn't. Can you afford that in the NFL? Can you afford that in the NFL? Can you draft him, number 1, and you play him week 5 against the Packers, and he goes out here and throws 5-6 touchdown passes. But the other 10 weeks around it, he plays like garbage. You can't do that. You can't count on that. I would rather have somebody that's a little more, I don't know, has a game that flows a little better. And if that means a small school quarterback, I go for it. This day and age, transfer portal, it evens things out so much. It really does. You don't see the 0-11, 0-13 teams like you did back a few years ago. Somebody wins somewhere now. They generally do. I mean, you don't see it as often. And that's why it's very, very unusual now to see a team go 15-0 like Georgia did. Because TCU could have done it too. Yes, they were undefeated. But, either team, whichever team won, we knew it was going to be an undefeated season for one team this year. That's it. Unless you're the Cleveland Clowns in 2017. But right now, though, I think it's a little different now as far as college football is what I'm talking about now. You just don't see college teams. You see them some weeks don't show up, but you just don't see that 0-13 team, like Duke used to be. Duke used to be the battering, everybody used to beat them up just to be beating them up. Arizona State, one of those two teams, Yeah, Coach Prime goes to a one-win Colorado team. He'll turn it around. They may win 8 games, 10 games next year. They may win 5, but they'll win more. They'll win more. Transfer portal, boys and girls. Transfer portal means everything. The kid from Wake Forest had a heck of a season. As soon as the season was over, he saw that there was an opening in Notre Dame, and he's gone. Bye. He had reasons. He knows those offensive linemen in Notre Dame are 300 pounds, 6'6", 6'5". They're all big guys, and they know how to handle those situations. That's Notre Dame for you. That's why he decided to go there. They may not have the best receivers, but at least he can stand upright and throw the football. He wasn't able to do that a lot this year. Not the way he wanted to anyway at Wake Forest. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show people, or at least let some people know that, I really don't know what I'm going to be doing in 2023. I may not do, a season of this, a season of that, or a replay of this, or a replay of that for the long haul. I may just do short stretches of stuff. Then again, I may just decide to do it. A tooth is I'm getting used to it now. Tomorrow I probably won't be around. I'm taking my dad, going out of town with him for a while tomorrow. So definitely, if you get a chance, go to Keith W. Long Underdeuce channel. He's going to be cranking up his channel, and I actually want to get subscribed to it before he starts, so I may try to do that this evening too. So you see his name right there in the comments. You can actually go right there, subscribe to a channel right now. Maybe I'll do it myself. See if I can. There he is right there. But I'm kind of looking at things, the games I've played on a channel, and the one that makes the most sense is some sort of golf. That's just the one, either tomorrow night or Friday night. I'll give it a shot. Awesome. Friday nights are always a night that are good to do stuff like that, but they're also good nights to watch stuff too. I like to do some stuff once in a while on my channel on Friday nights, but a lot of times on Thursday nights I like to do stuff on my channel. Friday nights, a lot of times I get a lot of content it's worth watching. So that's just me. I've always been a Saturday morning, Sunday morning type person before lunch, and football will be going on this weekend, so I don't know what I'll be doing. But got me a what do you call this kind of table? It's a table that on the ends fold up like that, and then you lift them up. I don't know what the heck the table you call it. It's kind of old, like 60, 70 years old, 1950s. What do they call it? Each on the end, it lays down, and then you lift it up, and then you flip the little thing up so it stays up. I don't know what the hell you call it. But I got one of those. I picked up one of those the other day. I've got it back in there. I ought to bring it here and show it to you. It's cherry too. It's pretty cool looking. Pretty damn cool. But yeah, I actually had the dice out tonight to play History Maker Golf, and emailed a couple of people to see if they wanted to play, and got no response. So people got stuff going on. That's the main thing. Everybody's got stuff going on. It's life, folks. It's life. So I will get going now. It's almost 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. Support YouTube. Support StreamYard too. StreamYard's been good to me for over a year. October of 21 is when I got into StreamYard. Started using it July of 21. And now I'm in my second full year of it. And I enjoy fully what StreamYard has. Never tried Zoom, never tried to Twitch so much. I've done some Twitch type stuff. I like this better though. So yeah, we will see what happens, and we'll go from there. Whatever ends up happening, just realize Rob decided to do it because Rob decided to do it. Really didn't. I don't have any outlying things saying, well, I want to do this because of. Yeah, it's just because I want to play something, what I want to do. You all have a great night. God bless. Be good to one another, and use YouTube for what it should be used for. Positive, not negative. And, wherever you go, enjoy the channels because there's a lot of good ones out there. Tim's got a great one. Keith will have a good one too. I'm sure he will. So just spend the time, watch the channels, and support them. Okay. Subscribe, like it, video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.